Welcome dear students for one more class. In the previous class we have seen the different types of errors. Now we are seeing the classification of errors. So errors have been classified into various types. The first one error is called as systematic, or it is called as fixed error. I repeat, it is called as systematic or fixed error. These fixed errors are of different types. In this you have calibration errors, certain types of consistently recurring human errors, errors of techniques, uncorrected loading errors, limits of system resolution. So these come under systematic errors. The second type of error is called as random or accidental error. So these errors occur due to environmental variations, first type, then certain type of human errors, then errors resulting from variation in definitions. Then the fourth one is errors derived from insufficient sensitivity of measuring systems. So these fall under random or accidental errors. The third one is called as illegitimate errors. So in this type we have three, that is blunders or mistakes, then computational errors and chaotic errors. So these come under illegitimate errors. Then systematic errors. It is harmful in nature. It is not occurred unless deliberately searched out. So you cannot find out unless and until you observe them and deliberately you search them out. It is repetitive and of fixed value. So it has some fixed value recurring consistently every time the measurement is made. So every time when you make the measurement, this error occurs. So therefore we call it as systematic error. Systematic errors have definite magnitude and direction. So it has definite magnitude and direction. This we need to remember. The measuring instrument may go out of calibration with frequent use and also with subsequent aging. So due to age also, right, and due to subsequent use, the calibration may go out. Hence the measurement made with such instrument will have an error which is called calibration error. Therefore an instrument should be periodically calibrated. So you have to calibrate this periodically to get rid of this calibration error. Measurement of physical quantity varies from one person to another, and even for a same person it may vary with his physical and mental states. So it varies from person to person and it varies from the same person at different states, so physically and mentally. Such human errors may be of systematic or maybe of random type of errors. Errors of technique may be due to improper usage of measuring apparatus. So if you don't use them properly, then you may have error. This type of error could be due to illegitimate error. If it is a blunder, any type, however sophisticated, is not perfect and are susceptible to improvement. So they are bound for improvement. The equipment itself may introduce built-in errors resulting from incorrect design, fabrication, or maintenance. So due to incorrect design or due to fabrication, or it may be due to maintenance, these errors may occur. Such errors may be caused by false elements like incorrect scale graduations, defective gearings, or linkages of wrong proportions. If there are wrong proportions, then you may have these errors taking place. Errors of this type are consistent with regard to both sign and magnitude, and because of their consistency they can be corrected by calibration. So due to calibrations you can correct these type of errors. Loading errors result from influence exerted by the act of measurement on the physical system being tested. A measurement process inevitably alters the characteristics of both source of measurement and of magnitude. That is both source of measured quantity and the measuring system itself. So what happens? These loading errors occurs. Random errors. Random errors are distinguishable by their lack of consistency. So there is not going to be any consistency. An observer may not be consistent when existing readings or the process involved may include certain uncorrected or poorly controlled variables causing changing conditions. If the conditions are changing, then you may have these random errors occurring. In the instrument itself, such errors may result from disturbed elements, usually coming from some outside influence such as vibrations or temperature variations. So you may have due to vibrations, or you may have due to temperature variation. Errors of this type are normally of limited time duration and are inherent to specific environment. So they depend on a particular environment. As the name implies, illegitimate errors should not exist. They include outside mistakes which can be eliminated through careful exercise and repetition of the measurement. Chaotic errors include random disturbances introducing errors of significant magnitude to hide the test information. Extreme vibrations, mechanical shock of the equipment, or pickup of extraneous noise may be of significant magnitude to make the testing meaningless. In such cases, the test should be stopped until the disturbing elements are eliminated. So until you eliminate these elements, you need to stop the conducting this experiment. Sources of errors. First one, it is due to noise. So it is defined as any signal that does not convey useful information. So if you don't have useful information, we call it as noise. Straight away, it is of no use for us. Then response time. Any instrument cannot immediately indicate the input signal applied to it, but takes some time, which is called response time. So you'll have some time, that time is called as response time. Then only it responds. Then design limitations. In the design of an instrument, there are certain inevitable factors which lead to uncertainty of the measurement. These include friction and resolving power. So friction and resolving power are the limitations of design. Deterioration of measuring system. Sometimes physical or chemical deterioration or other alteration in the characteristics of a measuring instruments occur in the measuring system, and these constitute a source of error in the measurement, and these are due to deterioration of measuring system. Then environmental effects. The changes in the atmospheric temperature may alter the elastic constant of a spring, may change the dimensions of measuring elements or linkages in the system, may change the resistance values, etc. Similarly, other factors like humidity, pressure, etc. also tend to affect the measurement, and these are due to environmental effects. Then the sixth one, errors in observation and interpretations. Many times operators can also make mistakes in observing, interpreting or recording the data. So these are the different sources of errors. So we'll continue in the next class. Thank you.